As someone who plays on the Nintendo Switch, mostly on handheld mode, I'm always on the lookout for new and different grips to try out to improve my comfortability and experience while gaming. Now, if you've had your Switch for at least a little bit and have looked into Nintendo Switch accessories, you probably have heard of the company Skull & Co. Skull & Co is most known for their grip cases. I've heard of this brand even before I bought my first Nintendo Switch. So in this video, we are going to take a look at their grip cases for the regular Switch and the Switch Lite to see if I've finally found my new favorite grip for handheld gaming. By the way, hey, it's Kat. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thank you so much for joining. I do a lot of videos on the Nintendo Switch lately because this is what a lot of you are looking forward to, but if you want to see any other gaming videos, let me know down below and feel free to subscribe for more. Skull & Co were very kind to send these grips to me, but this is not a sponsored video and all opinions are, as always, my own, and it's completely up to you if you end up liking it or not. If you do, I will be leaving everything down below. So the first one that we have here is the original grip case bundle with the matte black exterior and the newer version, which is the crystal. As the name suggests, the crystal is a clear case, but let's start off by checking out the original case here. If I'm looking off to the side, by the way, I'm just checking the viewfinder to make sure that the box is in frame, so please don't mind that. Let's go and check out what is in the box. These are packaged quite nicely. I'm a sucker for packaging, and I feel like a good packaging can really help with the overall experience of the product, but that's just me. I think that a company's attention to detail with how they present a product is so important because it shows how much they value their work, if that makes sense. I'm just gonna take this out. It is in this really nice hard shell carry case. I really like that the zippers have their logo, which is the skull for Skull & Co. So it does have a little bit of like a chemical smell, but I'm hoping that that goes away now that it's out of the packaging and you are able to air it out. That's what it looks like. It comes with instructions. So it shows that you're able to actually charge the Switch while it's in the case, which is pretty cool. So I actually really like the shell material already because it is like a hard shell case, like my favorite Tom Talk brand. And I don't have a case that is this big that will fit your charger and possibly a dock as well, but we will find out. So it has this mesh pocket at the top and you can fit 10 games in these slots. So opening that up, here is the grip itself. I actually got the gray case just because I collect Joy-Cons and I have different colored ones. I want this to be able to go with every single one. The grips in the back are interchangeable, so even if I got the gray ones, I can still get different colored ones if I want, or you can choose ones yourself that perfectly match the OEM colored Joy-Cons that you own. In the bottom of this case, it actually comes with two other grip sizes, so it's like a small, medium, and large situation. And at the bottom here you can see that there is a compartment where you are able to put the portable battery and also use this as a kickstand. So you can use this second sort of flap layer to put between those ridges and you can prop up your Switch that way. I have my Switch ready right here and I just want to pop this in. That goes in really well. The fit is great. You know, I didn't feel like I had to force my Switch into it at all. A different thing about these grips that I noticed immediately from my other grips are actually the shoulder buttons. So the grip itself have the shoulder buttons covered, but it makes it feel a little bit different. It almost feels more sturdy just because it feels like it's part of the whole console instead of separate buttons, if that makes sense. I actually really like the feel of that. I wasn't sure if I was going to, but here is what my Switch looks like in the case. And I believe these grips are the taller ones. I know I'm gonna have to change it because I have small hands. I'm gonna go ahead and open up the crystal case as well so we can see it side by side. So it comes in a similar box, but as you can see, the case itself is clear. And just like the other one, we are met with the case immediately. Very curious to see what they actually changed. Here is the new max carry case. It now has Skull & Co written in the bottom corner there, and they still have the cool skull zippers like the first one. It does also have that weird chemical smell. I'm not even, you know, trying to smell it on purpose, but it's just quite strong. Here is the instructions as well, like the first one. I'm just gonna put that away. It also has a slot for 10 games like the first one. And here is the crystal case. There you go. This grip is quite different from the first set. It has these sort of ridges and it feels more low profile, so I might actually go with these ones. But as you can see, I went with a gray option for this one as well. Same reason. I just prefer neutrals in general, just because I'm able to match it better. The case inside actually is pretty much the same. Here are the max carry cases side by side. It actually looks like the new one might be slightly longer. I could be wrong, but I'm sure they have measurements on their website. They still both have the carrying handle at the top and the zippers with the skull on it, so it's very, very similar. I guess the main difference of these would be the grip itself. If you are into a clear back and would like to see your Switch, you know, maybe you have a cool skin on it, or if you have a limited edition like the Animal Crossing or the new very beautiful Monster Hunter Rise edition, it would be very cool to show off the design on the back of this one. But let's go and put my Switch in here. Removing the grip is quite easy. I'm just kind of pulling from one of the corners here and doing the same on the other side, and it just slides off. The concern I sometimes have with grips is if it would scratch up my Switch, because then it kind of beats the purpose of having it in a protected case, but the case is the one doing damage on your Switch. So it's nice to see that the materials on these wouldn't cause any damage to your Switch. I'm just going to do the same as the first one. I'm putting in the shoulder buttons first and then just sliding it in. The shoulder buttons on these are also covered, but this time it is also clear, and as you can see, it is very clear and it shows off the back of my Switch very nicely. With clear cases though, it tends to be a bit more of fingerprint magnets, and I see that to be the case right now. So if you are considering these Skull & Co grip cases, the main difference between the two really are just the backing. One is clear and one is matte black. Quality wise, the grips look to be the same. One of the things too that I actually really like about this before I'm even trying it out is that the Skull & Co grips are actually dockable. They have these divots in the back for both of the cases, and you're able to dock your Switch because of it. I think that that's extremely convenient. I know that I'm getting this mostly for handheld play, but it is much more convenient as well to be able to dock your Switch, even if not for TV play, but charging it and not having to remove it from its case. I gotta say, I might actually like this grip better than the first one. Personally, I prefer the matte black backing instead of the clear case, just because it, again, fingerprints and all of that, but the grip, you might be able to tell, I hope you're able to see on camera, but the grip on this one actually fans out to the side of the case, and I like that about it because it sort of just sits more naturally in the palm of my hand. Replacing the grips are actually incredibly easy. I have nails on right now, so I'm going to struggle a little bit with it, but for everyone else, there are these two sort of tabs underneath, and you just pinch it together and pull the grip off from the back. It comes with these low profile ones and also a really tall one, and it is just as easy to put on the new grips. You just line it up and it snaps right on. And there you have it. I'm just gonna go and remove this one. So if I understand correctly, it's just actually supposed to slide off, so let's try that. Oh, that's incredibly easy. Oh my goodness. Okay. My worry about this one though, because it doesn't have the same locking system as the other one, is if it will get looser over time and the grips might not end up staying or locking in anymore. But with that said, I would like to put on these low profile ones again for the crystal case, just sliding it from the corner and getting that click. Nice and easy. Lastly, they did also send out the crystal version for the Switch Lite. I don't recall if the Switch Lite also has the regular matte black finish, but the crystal case, which I actually kind of like the grips better for the crystal, well, they definitely have it for the Switch Lite. So in the box, it's showing the same thing about how you install the different grips. Comes with the big trigger grips. Now we know what it is. There you go. This case is bigger than I thought it would be. I thought for some reason that it would be way slimmer for the Switch Lite. The finish on this case is smoother than for the regular Switch, but it still has the Skull & Co logo in the corner there and also the same skull zippers. No mesh at the top here, and you can fit 8 games instead of 10. In the case, as you can see, it also has that second flap and the extra set. I got the Pokemon Sword and Shield color grips for this one. Double flap, just like the big carry case, and the ridges, and a lot of room as well if you are carrying a portable battery, or you can probably even fit a more compact like charger underneath here. I'm just going to put my Switch Lite in it. And same idea, shoulder buttons first and pop it right in. And that is what it looks like. I have to admit, the crystal case with my modded Switch Lite, I replaced the shells to have this glacier blue shell, kind of like the GBA color. It looks amazing in this crystal case, doesn't it? I actually really like that with this, and even the colored grips, just because the Switch Lite is a little bit more on the muted side. It adds a nice pop of color with these grips. So I'm really into this. So overall, I've had a chance to play around with these grips a little bit already, and I love it. I really do. I actually thought that I would like the matte case the most, just because of backing. I do prefer that sort of sleek, minimal look to it instead of the shiny, clear back, but I really like the crystal case. The shape of the grips that they went with for this new version feels way more comfortable. This low profile one, as well as the medium one that fans out off to the side, are extremely comfortable. If you're having to choose one between the two, I would personally recommend the crystal case just for that reason. The carrying cases for both are pretty much on par with each other, I would say. One of them has the Skull & Co logo on the corner, but I don't think that that matters. The materials, the look, the function, and everything is identical, and I feel the same way about the Switch Lite grip as well. I know it's a little early to tell, and I'm happy to post updates with my experience on this grip in the future if anything changes, but as of right now, I love these grips, and I think that I may have found my new favorites. I will definitely do more testing with this grip and share more of my experience with it on Instagram. That is usually where I live the most outside of YouTube, so feel free to follow me on there if you would like to stay in touch. But for now, that does wrap up our first impressions for these Skull & Co grip cases and carrying cases for the regular Switch and the Switch Lite. What did you guys think? Let me know down below what you thought of these cases, and if you are planning to pick one up, or maybe you have one already and you would like to share your experience with these cases. I would love to hear from you. Skull & Co was also very kind to give us a coupon code for your orders, so use CAT10 for 10% off your purchases. I will also be checking out their dock and their Bluetooth audio transmitter for the Switch in the future, so if you are curious to see what I think about those, definitely please keep an eye out on my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.